Welcome. Hi, this is Carol Mixon, and today we're going to be talking about charity storage. And I think this is just an amazing thing to do if you're a storage operator. And today we're going to be talking with Mariella Pattinson from the Charity Storage. So she is going to be joining us and helping us through this whole process of understanding how you can become a partner and use charity storage. So Mariella, let's talk about charity storage and how this all works. Can you give us some basics about what we do from here and how it goes?
Yeah, so
How easy it is?
yeah. Charity Storage is a nationwide program, and it's been around for several years. And the idea is to get the whole industry giving back together. So a lot of different operators and managers and facilities give back in different ways. And this is a way to do it kind of co-branded and together. And everybody kind of can have a little bit of a different spin on it. We provide all the branding, the marketing materials, and the signage. So the way this works is that you set aside a unit at your facility, and you start collecting items into that unit. And the items come from your tenants. So you provide a service to your tenants so they don't have to take items to another location. They can actually donate right on site. As people buy lean units and they don't want items in those lean units, and if they're in good repair and donatable, they can do that as well. You also become a donation drop-off point, so you can people from the community can come in, so you increase foot traffic into your facility. And you can also talk to the businesses in your area, real estate agents, that sort of thing, so you can go out into the community. And the way you participate is that you just sign up, you enroll, and you get marketing materials if you choose, and then you start doing it. So you can have these units once a month or once a year. It's completely up to you. We have some facilities that participate. They have literally several units going every month, and we have some that only do a couple a year, and it's completely up to you. So it's very easy to get going. The pace of it is up to the manager or to the owner, and it's very easy to set up. We have marketing materials that can be purchased, and it's a one-time purchase per facility. But we also provide a ton of stuff for free. So we have some facilities and some operators that just choose to get these marketing kits for their facilities just because it's out of the box and ready to go. Or you can download things from our website, and we also email it to you, and you can just print it up, and we provide that to you at no charge. And once you are enrolled and ready to go, you kind of go at your own pace. You choose a charity that you'd like to donate to. And 60% of the funds go to the charity that the facility or operator or manager, it just depends on the actual entity. They decide different ways on how to give that money. And then 20% goes to Cure It Cancer Research. That's across the board. And 10% to this Self-Storage Association Scholarship Fund, which is great because everybody that's part of the Self-Storage Association can apply for these scholarships, and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year get given away. So I encourage everybody to apply. Actually, the deadline is coming up in May. So if it's for children. The actual people that work for the storage facilities, children and grandchildren, can apply for these scholarships, and it's amazing how many are given away. So I encourage everybody to do that.
You know, to me, it's kind of weird, Mariella, because we have customers that sometimes they'll move out and they'll leave stuff in their space, or they'll leave it like just in the hallway or something. I know, I just distinctly remember I walked down this hallway and I'm thinking, what is that down there? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, somebody left like a crock pot. It looked really, I mean, everything looked like it might work, you know, it looked in good condition, but I'm thinking, why did they just leave it in the hallway? I don't know, either they forgot it, you know, but then again, I just say, okay, let's put it into our charity unit, you know, so we put it into a unit and then, you know, have it auctioned off and that going to charity. So that's just, I mean, and sometimes they'll even leave it in the space and like, oh, the rest wouldn't fit in the truck. He's like,
Yep.
no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
But with charity storage, now you can actually do something good with that stuff and not, have the customer come back and get it or anything like that. It can actually go to charity and the customer can allow it to do that. So that's kind of neat too, isn't it? Kind
No,
of
and that's what
win.
that's how we find our sort of meaning with charity storage in terms of why we do it.
Yes.
It's kind of a win-win for everybody. And we often get asked this, what's the catch? And there really isn't a
Yeah.
catch.
There's
In
no
fact,
catch. Yeah.
we are ourselves a 501c3, so we provide a donation receipt. So as people donate the items, we actually give people a receipt like a Goodwill. And
Yes.
90% of auction funds go to the designated charities. And the reason we can do that is that we have industry sponsors, mostly vendors, and there's some facility operators also in there that donate, that
Right.
under our marketing and operational costs, so that so really most of the auction funds go to the charities that we advertise. So we only keep 10, and that's really important to us because we really want those auction funds to go to other charities. We don't want it to go to our salaries and to our marketing costs and travel and that sort of thing. But at the same time, we have to do that stuff to try to get the word out. So it's a balancing act, but it's those companies are really important. It's everybody from Storage Treasures to U.S. Storage Centers to Storable, and many other ones, ABR and Janus, that support our administrative costs. So really,
that's wonderful.
Such an amazing industry effort. And we're very proud to be a part of that. And I think it's, I think that it makes it easier to do marketing. We really encourage people. I think sometimes people hesitate to use this as a marketing tool, and it's okay to do cause marketing.
Yes, it's great, and it's good for the store. I think it's also interesting how the charity units show up. Like if you're doing online auctions, at the very top it says charity unit. I love that because then people know, I'm not just bidding on this and it's going to go to the storage property, but it's actually going to go, to a charity, which is really neat.
Yeah.
This is a pretty nice, this is a pretty nice unit for that. I was like looking at that, like that's really good stuff. This is not normally what we would see in self-storage. So do you think this is something that was donated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I do the marketing for the units. We do a ton of social media. We do a ton of email blasts, and it's really important to us because it's not only on the auction end of it, but also on our sponsor end. So we really try to spread the love, because we think it's important for everybody to get kudos for what they do. No, this is actually a very typical unit. And
another one here.
So Storage Treasures is one of our founding sponsors, and they've done a lot of back end for us in terms of supporting some of the really key things that help us really do well with this. So recently, they've made it so that there is a default $100 minimum bid. You can change it up or down, but it pops in there's $100 instead of 10. So that's really been important.
That's nice.
Very recent that just happened. But also, you can do auctions however you want. So we have a ton of facilities still that do live auctions, although that's changed over the last year, obviously. You can do auctions on other auction websites. So that is completely open. That does not oblige you to do it on Storage Treasures. But they also
I like that table in the middle there. I might bid on this one just for that reason.
And these are typical auctions. These are not, I put these in here because they are typical. Not to say that we don't get other ones as well. Sometimes we have people that will donate the whole unit, where literally it's the whole household. Somebody doesn't want it. Maybe somebody has passed away or the circumstance, and they just literally will donate the whole unit or something that has been.
This one looks like a more normal unit that we would see here.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of really good stuff in there. It's kind of
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it varies. I'm not saying that every unit is amazing, but our managers are great. They stage the units. Oftentimes, like you saw, they will stage the units, they will organize them, they will really take good care of how the unit looks and how the pictures are, and they really get it. And
Good.
we have now established a 6-month rolling kind of contest. So one is going on right now, and we give away amazing prizes. Like we have airline tickets and
Yes.
Amazon gift cards, like $150. Like I say here that we have $700 total, but these are divided into sort of 100, 150, 50, depending on the level, dollar gift cards. Home Depot, like you see, Grubhub, and there's some other prizes in there. And to some extent, initially we let the top producers choose what they want, and then we kind of go in order of value. But so we usually have about 10 to give away, and we just
That's
finished
awesome.
one, we just started one. So it's just kind of competition for the managers, and generally it's the managers that get the prize. So it's just been really a fun thing. And although U.S. storage centers are sort of, they were the first ones to do this, and they're very enthusiastic, and they raise money for Curate, and they're very, very much into this. But surprisingly, they're not always the top facility. So out of the 10, usually, as you can see, there's a good mix of facilities and operators from all over the country and different sizes. We have some that have a lot of facilities, a lot of stations, and we have some that literally, I don't know if they're on here, but the last time we had Southern Storage, they have one facility, and they, I think, got first place.
Wow, that's neat, isn't it? This looks like my client list here. These are all my longtime friends in self-storage. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and it only takes a few good auctions to get on the list. So it's just a little bit of fun for everybody.
It seems to me like, especially right now during COVID, there might be some people to say, hey, we moved we moved to California, from California to Arizona, and we in California they still have their stuff left over, but they don't want to come back and get it, or it's going to be too costly to do it, and they just say, hey, let's just turn it over to you, and you can sell it through charity storage. That seems like it would be a great thing to do, especially to offer things like that.
Yeah,
I just spoke to a lady. I was listening to a call center call, and the lady was, they'd moved to Florida, and she said, we can't afford now to go back and get that stuff. What can we do? How can you help us? And so this would be a great option to say, yes, we have a thing for charity storage. If you donate it, we can get rid of it for you. Because she was saying, listen, you guys take it. That's what she was saying, like to the manager, you guys just have it. You can have it. Whatever, but the owners don't want, they wanted to go to something like this with charity. So much better.
So the ideal thing is if the facility is participating in charity storage, that's obviously the ideal thing. So we get those calls. I get those calls because people will call us directly sometimes. The other thing that people can do is also do a private sale for charity storage, and we've had that happen as well. So for instance, they are at a facility that doesn't do charity storage, they can become a private seller and do a charity storage sale.
Oh, that's nice.
For charity storage.
That makes sense too. Even if the facility is not, if people know about it, if customers know about it, they can still do that on their own. It's interesting because I was just talking to some other storage owners, and they were talking about just how many people are now coming up to them and asking them, say, hey, could we just donate this? Yeah, it's just easier now, especially because the call that I was listening to, the person had died of COVID, and that there was no other family, just that person. And so the people that owned the home were trying to give it away to everything to storage, that it was in storage, and the stuff that was in the house, putting it into something to get rid of, to auction it off, because they didn't know what else to do with it.
Well, you can do that. I mean, this is a complete aside, but these days you don't even have to have stuff in storage to auction, to put it up like on Storage Treasures. You can actually do it in your garage. So
that's
as long
wonderful.
as and you'll probably know this already, but you can, as long as it's a defined space and you can make sure that the stuff that's there is there, and that, and it's described accurately.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, the main thing I think the takeaway for me for this our little chat is that this isn't rocket science. It's a win-win for everybody. There isn't a cap. You can do your auctions however you like, so whatever you're comfortable with. It takes care of a lot of, it solves a lot of problems for, I think, for storage managers and owners. In other words, of course, we're not talking about junk, hopefully. I mean, occasionally we get that and I'm like, oh geez,
Yeah.
I can't really even put this on Facebook, but generally speaking, we're talking about gently used or new items that you want, somebody to buy that they could do something with. Upcycling is what we call it. But it does take a problem of abandoned goods, which is how Charity Storage started, and that helps the facility with that. And it's just a way to do something good in a relatively easy way, and something that you can take to the community and show that you care about it. It's not that facilities are kind of stuck usually out somewhere a little bit on the outskirts. They're not in the community itself usually. And this is a way to become a little bit more entwined within the community. If you pick a charity that's local, which is what we talked about a little bit earlier, pick a charity that's local if you can, or regional if you can, or something that you really care about, and advertise. Take it to the community. Use that. It's okay. It's not a cop-out to use that, to take it. Take your flyer, go to the community, and use that to talk about on social media, on your website, and use our signage to say that you do good.
Well, and you've got a great website, and I just showed a piece of it here where it's easy to find stuff about drop-offs and all the information that they'll need. But Marielle, I was going to tell you a story, because I had a storage space in California, and it was in Monterey, and I opened it up, and it was just a couple of like plastic trash cans, small ones, and there was a kind of old, kind of nasty purse. Wasn't so great. And I'm thinking, oh geez, I'm not going to get any money. And the manager said, we should probably just throw this in the dumpster. And I said, no, we should always, if I can, just auction it off. So we did auction it off. And when they came back, they found in that purse, they found all kinds of antique rings. And wow. I was just, and the guy I think he said he went to a pawn shop and he got $3,800, and which is, if he got that much, they were worth more than that, right? So even though I think buyers that look at storage spaces, they're looking for, even if it's a little not so great stuff, they're thinking there must be some gem in there or they wouldn't have paid for it, right? Which is awesome. That's kind of the idea of just, they don't know what they're going to get, and they might get something fun. And it also, doing it through this way, it goes to charity, and that makes it really awesome, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's pretty easy to set up with you. People can give you a call.
Yeah, you can call up. Do it. You can do it through our website, super easy, or you can call us and we can do it. You can do it through us. So either way.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time today. And I really encourage storage owners, managers, let's get all involved in this and work on helping Charity Storage and your charity of choice that you're doing. But it's really good for our entire community, and it's doing good for others. So I love it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Carol. Really appreciate it.
Happy selling storage spaces.
Yeah.
Right?
And happy Valentine's, with our hearts.
Coming up, yes.
Yeah,
that's true, isn't it? All right. Thank you so much. Happy renting, everyone.
You too. Thanks so much.